Ciao Italia! My name is James and welcome to another Eurovision reaction video with me. And today I'm going to do a review of the Italian host entry for the Eurovision Song Contest 2022, which will take place on home ground this May at Turin, Italy. So what are you waiting for? Let's get to it and start reviewing. Returning to the Eurovision stage to represent Italy on home ground is 2019 representative Mahmood. He will be joined by Blanco, a 19-year-old singer who, alongside Mahmood, won the prestigious and venerable 72nd edition of the Sanremo Music Festival, or otherwise known as El Festival della Canzone Italiana. This is one of the longest-running music festivals in Europe, and it actually was the inspiration behind the creation of the Eurovision Song Contest. They won with the song Brividi, which was co-written by both Mahmood and Blanco alongside with Michelangelo, who also served as a pianist in their stage performance back in Sanremo. Now, before anything else, here's a look of Brividi.
E ti vorrei amare ma sbaglio sempre e ti vorrei rubare un cielo di perle e pagherei per andar via, accenderei pure una bugia e ti vorrei amare ma sbaglio sempre e mi vengono i brividi, brividi, brividi.
I was really happy when Mahmood and Blanco won Sanremo Music Festival this year. I really didn't think that Mahmood would be able to win so soon after initially winning the whole thing back in 2019, which was only 3 years ago, I believe. He was able to bring something fresh to the table with his collaboration with Blanco and Michelangelo. Now, I really think that there's a real potential for Italy to do a double, especially on home ground. And you never know what will happen. So I actually did a recording of my review of Brividi, but unfortunately, as I was trying to edit my entire reaction video, I discovered that the quality of the video was not up to par to what I wanted to be. Even though I bought a really pricey webcam that supposedly can capture HD quality footage, but unfortunately, while I was editing, it wasn't turning out the way that I wanted to be. But I still wanted to show you my thoughts on the songs soon after it won Sanremo. So here's a look of my review. Now, I really didn't expect much, but I know that his song for the competition would not be the same as Soldi. And I think as an artist, it's okay to try different things, different genres, because that's how you are. That's how you are as a creative person. You don't want to stay on a particular lane if you want to grow as an artist. And I always view Mahmood as someone who is very experimental with his sounds. He doesn't settle with something that would somehow typecast him as a certain kind of artist that doesn't really do anything differently, or rather who would play it safe. Because I have listened to his discography in the past, and as you know, he is far from being a safe artist. So I was really happy when I finally got the chance to watch his performance with Blanco on their first ever performance of their entry Brividi, I believe in the second night or first night of Sanremo. It's a pleasant ballad. I didn't initially read what the song is about, but I really understood the meaning behind it, or rather, I was able to feel what they're trying to feel on stage. The kind of emotion, the kind of vulnerability that only they as artists will be able to act out on a song that they co-wrote. And I really appreciate that they have a say in the creation of their entry, because a lot of the time, but not all the time,
when an artist is handed a song written by someone else, it's really difficult to get into that kind of state of mind that your songwriter was in when they wrote that song. So not always do that performer be able to fully interpret that vision that a songwriter has in mind. It's more of it's a very collaborative work, which is more advantageous if you are if you are both a performer of a song that you yourself has written. And I believe alongside Mahmood and Blanco, someone else co-wrote the song, and I think his name is Michelangelo. And he was, I believe, was the pianist in the performance in their performance during both nights of during both all of the times that they have performed during Sanremo week. Being that Sanremo doesn't typically follow the rules of what is usually of what you usually see in a Eurovision national selection, because other than the fact that Sanremo outpaces the Eurovision Song Contest by a few years, because it started much earlier than Eurovision. It plays by its own rules, so it doesn't necessarily have to conform to what the average Euro fan should be expecting when it comes to watching a national final or a show that selects a song for Eurovision. So they're not really bound by that, nor are they bound by the rules of the competition, at least for the moment. And in this case, we have an orchestra which really helps maximize the impact of the song on stage, and it really transcends through television. In my case, I was able to see the magic happen through a computer screen. I really felt that emotion that you want to feel from someone singing a very emotional song. I don't think it is a love song sung by two partners in a relationship. Rather, they are essentially singing to themselves. They're just playing they're playing the thoughts that they have from each other, but doesn't necessarily do they have to be in a relationship in order to express the kind of heartbreak, the kind of hardship, and the kind of difficulties they are facing in their respective relationships. And I've already watched their music video during the same week they performed their song, and yeah, I think I kind of get the gist of the message. It's not necessarily a song about love that they shared to each other, or it could be interpreted that way for some people, but for me, I don't think that it's the case. I really think that they are expressing how they're feeling on the state of their relationship with other people. In the case of Mahmood, I think he's on the brink of having to end things with his partner, and in the case of Blanco, I think he's on the verge of maybe facing the start of a or he's only about to start the kind of relationship that may have its pitfalls or whatnot. I may have to watch that music video again, but I think that's the idea that I was kind of getting from watching that music video. And from the performance, it's quite spontaneous in the way they try to express the message of the song. They don't necessarily follow a particular choreography. It almost seemed like they were acting on the emotion of the song, that they kind of know where they are supposed to go, how they are supposed to be, and where they're blocking, and who is going to sit on the piano. But all in all, the overall package felt really authentic. It felt very, very genuine, and it felt very personal. And for someone like me who hasn't had a relationship yet of my own, I haven't fallen in love with someone, and I think is the one for me. I kind of truly understand the responsibilities that comes with having a relationship, and you have to understand that it's not it's not very easy to maintain one. You have to be ready for a lot of heartbreaks that may come your way because you don't know what will happen and even if you work hard to keep that relationship from falling apart, you don't know what the future holds, and proof it may not last long. It may not last long, or it may end sooner than you think. Considering that this is going to be the host entry for Italy, as they are hosting the contest this year, they don't have to worry about having to be competing in the semifinal. Also, the fact that Italy is part of the Big Five, they kind of already have a spot in the final, so they don't really have to worry much of getting through that stage of the competition. But we have been seeing a very worrying trend amongst host entries as of late, where they don't fare as well as we would hope. It doesn't necessarily happen all the time, but the past couple of years we have seen some host countries' songs ending up in the bottom. And in the case of the Netherlands, last year when they hosted, their host entry ended up being part of the bottom 5, with 0 points coming from the public and so few jury points from the international juries. Given that Italy has been very strong since their return to the competition in 2011, they were able to crack the top 10 more times than any other Big Five country during that same period, having been there for most of those 10 years. They only failed to crack the top 10 at least twice. I think Italy is in a good spot at the moment to be able to stay on the top 10 this year and perhaps be able to do a double, meaning there's a good chance that they could win. They could earn a back-to-back win this year, but you never know.
So, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more Eurovision content and more. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye. Bye.